Hello, I'm going to do a super quick video on how I personally use prefolds and flats with covers. It's so ridiculously easy, I'm not even sure it's video worthy, but just in case it's helpful, here we go. Okay, so here we have our prefold, and this is literally all I do. I fold it in thirds, and then I place it in our cover. And this cover has no flaps. Some covers have flaps in the front and or in the back. The front panel helps tummy sleepers from leaking, and then the back panel, I assume, does the same basically, but for back sleepers. I don't really know. Either way, they also kind of help hold everything in place, but I don't have an issue with this moving around. The shape of this cover just kind of fits very nicely. Also, what I like to do, if possible, depending on baby's size and size of the prefold, is that I like to fold down the front. Oops, sorry, that came apart. I like to fold down the front so that we have a little extra absorbency in the front where our baby pees. So this is very useful for when your prefold is very long or too long for baby. So actually when he starts to grow and I'm not able to fold it down in the front, I get kind of sad. But that is a good little tip for helping it fit baby and also get some extra absorbency. The other thing I do is I take a booster, and this is actually an insert, but I take a trim booster like this, usually a hemp one, and I place it underneath for also extra absorbency. And what you can also do is wrap it inside. Now, in the early days when baby pooed and peed very frequently, I learned that sometimes when you wrap it inside the prefold, if baby poos right after you've changed baby, then you've just got to toss the whole thing. But if you lay it underneath, it's possible that baby hasn't peed enough yet and you don't get any poo on it, that you can still reuse these. So that's just my little extra tip. And also what I do is lay a stay dry liner on top. Sorry, this is looking all sloppy, but it's not supposed to. I take a stay dry liner. This is micro fleece, keeps baby dry. And at first we weren't using them regularly. Then I feel like baby was sensitive to wetness. Now I'm not so sure, but those were the early days when baby was super sensitive anyways. He's a little less sensitive now, but now I'm just used to using these and have a hard time imagining not using them. So some people use these occasionally, like especially when baby's going to be in diaper longer than normal. So like for a nap, for a car ride, for nighttime. I use these in every diaper. You can take a microfleece blanket and cut it up. This I got from Green Mountain Diapers. So that's how I use prefolds. And flats, I do pretty much the same thing. Let me show you real quickly how. Oh, and one more thing. So this is how I use it, but you can wrap these around baby, and generally what you'll do is something like this. Bring it up, pull it around, and then secure it with either a snappy. This is a snappy. Pull it down. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job this way. Or you'll secure it with boingos or pins. These are boingos. I like the boingos because they're cute. You can secure it like this, or depending on how it's fitting around baby, you might, like if it's a little wider, you might do 2 and 2, something like that. I'm not going to show you all the folds. There are a few different folds, but I don't use them, so I don't really know how to do them well. I've wrapped this around baby a few times, but honestly, for us, with baby being such a heavy peer, pad folding was actually the better way for us in terms of absorbency. The only times I did wrap around the prefold around baby was when I anticipated him pooing, so that it would just like stay in the prefold and not get on the cover, but I didn't do that often. And another thing you can do is like jelly roll it, they call it, to get a tighter fit around baby and really lock in any poo and do that. So that's the prefold. I'll show you the flat. Okay, so how I use flats with covers is basically the exact same way as how I use prefolds, but there's a little more folding because obviously the fabric is much bigger. So So this is how I pad fold a flat. First, take it across. Your flats should be square shaped, but sometimes after shrinkage, they're a little more rectangular. But that's okay, they're still usable. So what I do is usually a modified pad fold to get a little more absorbency up front, but also that helps if you need to shorten the length. And so all I do is take in one end and you kind of just bring it to wherever you need to, like so. And then you bring it across to make a nice little square. You see here is the end where you have the extra layers. So what I do here then is fold in thirds and then place the side with the extra layers at the front of the cover. And voila, that's it. Same with the pre-folds. I'll add a booster and a stage eyeliner. And that's it. It's so simple. There are tons of flats folds if you want to look them up, if you want to do a fold. I've actually been playing one called the Passion Fold. I'm not going to show you because I'm not an expert at them yet. But people who do flats love their folds, and there's so many. So you can certainly wrap these around baby, and same thing, you use pins, boingos, or snappies to secure them. And a lot of people simply use the flats without a cover at home and just change regularly, which is kind of cool and kind of nice. So you'll see a lot of very cool tie-dyed flats, others with cute prints, bless you. So that's something cool about the flats, is that you can go coverless. We do not, because we use the pad fold, and also because I am terrible at folding. You should see my Christmas presents. But that's it. That's how I use flats and pre-folds. Very simple, very easy. Keep it simple, smart.